Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we finished up the bees and trees, and I think that's about all we've done in recent memory. Um, we finally made the blood cleanser as well, so that was also really cool. And basically, we're to the point of the map where we're waiting on trying to find these guys, a very specific one. And I wanted to show off before we did anything else today. Let's go ahead and make another one. So I have the Eldritch Eyes and Void Metal, and we just need to get some mirrored glass, which requires a little bit of Quicksilver. Nothing too difficult. And yeah, so we set up this ritual like we've done before. Mirror glass in the middle. Void ingots, doesn't matter where. And then Eldritch Eyes. And the really neat thing about the Arcane Abacus and why we're using it, so if you look, I have a ton of skulls down here. And we have all of these stabilizers up here. Looks really good, and if we right click, we have total stability boosters 27 and total instability of this infusion 25. Since our boosters are higher than our instability, this will not have any problems whatsoever. So we can just click that and it'll be fine. By the way, the errors, the pedestals, it sees those two pedestals, these two right here, and it doesn't like that because they're too far away or something, or they don't have matches. But it doesn't really matter because there's nothing there. At least I don't think it matters. If it does matter, it's only decreasing things a little bit. But that will go off without a hitch. Hopefully I have enough. Ooh, I actually didn't look to see if we had enough magic, vacuous, iter, and alienus. Okay, we have plenty of all of it. Alright, so between episodes, I've been working killing these guys a little bit and trying to decide what to do today. And that has been quite a challenge, to be perfectly honest. As you can see, we have a third portal over there. Still haven't got the one we need. I think it's like a 1 in 10 chance. I'm probably wrong on that, but I'm gonna go with 1 in 10. Why not? So yeah, we need to get very lucky to get the Eldritch portal that we need in order to continue on in this series. Otherwise, we're gonna just kind of dawdle around the base a little bit. We've got some work to do, but not really much of anything of importance. We're gonna try to get some more Yellorium if we don't get a good portal, and more power. That's about it. We're gonna set up some solar panels, some better ones. I've made another solar panel tier 5, which is right down here. And I tried. Okay, so I made a tool. Where is it? It's the network tool from Logistics. And what this thing does is it allows you to pretty much just look at. By the way, this is almost done. This is the nice thing about having the Arcane Abacus. We don't have to guess to see if we need to babysit it or not. We know that it's going to be just fine. And as you see, it was. But yeah, I made this network tool. The recipe for it is pretty simple. Calculation processor, a panel, one of the wrenches. I used a Certus quartz because those are easy enough to make, and a chest. And all I had to do is come over here and right click this guy, and it tells me exactly like how much energy it's using. It's only using about 200 RF per tick, which is not much. And I tried my hardest to try to figure out what is draining all of our power in our base, and I couldn't figure it out. So mystery is still there. I don't know what is just draining our power so much, but I went ahead and did a lot of work trying to get more epic bacon into the system, and I think we're good now. Yeah, okay. We have almost 200 epic bacon, so that is nice. Whether or not that's going to be useful later, whether that's enough, don't know, but hopefully it is until we can get some more power options up and running. And what I want to look at today is the solar generator times 64, which these are not that expensive, surprisingly. You'll see the recipe here soon. Let's go ahead and set this guy up. Let's just go right out here and hope and hope and hope we get the right portal. 2, 3, 4. So this is going to, actually, we don't need to do a 9x9. We just need to do a 7x7. And 1, 2, 3. Do that. And then 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So this is a 7x7. This should work. Putting them in different locations is usually going to be the best bet, so that the portal actually does something. But we didn't get it. Dang it. Alright, so what we're looking for, in case you don't know, we're looking for the Crimson Cultists. And we talked about this a little bit last time. Basically, we need to get a portal like this that has some flags on the edges. And as far as I'm aware, you can't make the crimson banners. We can make white banners. You just cannot make the Crimson Cultist one. You can make any of the colors except for the one we need. And that is what summons in the Crimson Cultist. Now there is one other thing that we can potentially hope for. And it's a relatively rare event. I believe we'll activate a Crimson Portal. And we'll have Crimson Cultists come through that. Doesn't really make too much difference because we just need to get Crimson Cultists, and once we do, we can finish up the Thaumcraft stuff. Head to the Eldritch Dimension and kind of go from there. So just make sure everything's lit up on there. And yeah, I guess we have to continue on waiting. So feel oddly drained. Getting a bunch of effects is actually not a bad thing per se. So what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and start making these solar generators. So the solar generator is actually relatively cheap. It requires a furnace, a block of diamond, nether quartz, lapis, and redstone. Of all of this, the most expensive thing is the nether quartz, not the diamonds, because we have a lot of diamonds. I went ahead and told the system how to make diamond blocks. And so now let's go ahead and tell the system how to make the rest of it. So diamond block and a furnace, both of which the system knows how to make. And we'll teach the system how to make these generators. And what we can do is we can just put one in here, and then we're going to tell it to make 64 of them. So that is a full stack. Should not be a problem. It's going to take a little bit of time to kind of work on it because we need a lot of nether quartz, but it'll be fine. So all we need now is the energy transfer nodes. So those are a little bit of a pain to make, but not anything too terrible. So we need, let's see, for this guy we're gonna need breath first search, and we're going to need, let's see, we're gonna need 8 of those. We need 12 of them in total. So redstone blocks, craft me like 60. We need 4 recipes of this, so what's that? Oh, Shattered Avarice Pearl. 1. Alright, we need now the other thing. What is it called? Depth first search. We need more speed upgrades. This is why I made a bunch of redstone. So let's make about a half a stack. A little bit more is fine. And then we can make 2 sets of those. And we should be able to make the breath first search. I should automate that but at the same time, is it really worth it? You know what? Yeah, it is. So let's automate that. So first of all, we need speed upgrades, and we need these guys, and then we can teach you how to make these. Perfect. Alright, so we just need to find some places to put this stuff, and then we can tell the system to make 6 more of those, and that shouldn't be a problem. It should immediately craft them, no problem. Alright, now we're going to need 48 gold. So let's just take a stack of gold. We're getting a good bit of gold coming in now. That was an issue before. Now we don't have that issue. So the gold plants really helped with that. So we need 48 of those. Where you need 48 transfer nodes, which I should probably tell the system how to make. And do that. And just in case, I don't know if it knows how to make the pipes. I'm going to assume for now it does. So we can make transfer nodes. It does not. But I can deal with that later. 48 of those. And then we need a single, not bedrockium. Which we can make like so. Or we can try to get an octuple compressed cobblestone, and I don't know that we have that. That's the only question there. Now that it is night, we might want to go sleep just to make sure we have plenty of power. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter too much. So we'll just make all of these guys. And that will take just a little bit of time. Nothing too bad. And then what we can do is we can get a solar cell, a daylight sensor. That's what they're called. Let's see, daylight sensor. We need one of these. Just need some glass. And hopefully that doesn't take too long. I don't know if I don't think we're using the furnace, so that should not be too bad at all. I know we're using pure nether quartz. It honestly does not matter. So just make one of those. And I want to actually go to the nether for a little bit and see something. So, and the last thing we're going to need is some redstone. And what we can do is we can set up a very basic system to charge and discharge. Now, we might not want to use it this way. Also, something is... Oh, there's a wisp. It's dead now. What kind of wisp was it? Perdicio. Okay. That's cool. Alright, so the next kind of thing we need to do is set up a way to charge and discharge the solar panel. We might use a daylight sensor, we might not. The other thing we can use is a comparator. And make a whole system. I've done this in material energy, both 3 and 4. So that is an option as well. If we only have one, we can check to see if it's full and then send a signal to it, and then if it's not, we like when it's at a certain level, we can fix it. It's difficult to do. It's kind of tricky, but it is possible. That might be something we do. Also, we have 800 alchemite. We need 200 more, but we need a lot of gunpowder. Now, flint is something we have a lot of, and we can turn the flint into gunpowder by coming over here, giving up some mana. Once my experience bar stops moving, we'll throw in as much flint as we can. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, it doesn't have much in terms of mana right now, so we'll wait on that. But we just need some more gunpowder for that one. And Yeah, so how are we doing on the solar panels? We have 13. We're going to need a lot more than that, but we'll get there. So, I believe this entire area is chunk loaded and whatnot. So we just need the bedrockium. We have 18 sextuples. That's not very much. So I guess we're going to have to go for making bedrockium the old-fashioned way, aka using using the block of diamond. And we have plenty of diamond, so it's not that much of a concern. And we'll just leave that in there for right now. So I guess for now, we'll see how fast this stuff charges, but we can use a daylight sensor and just place this down. And it will give redstone based on what time it is. And then we invert it by... how do you invert these again? That is something I don't remember how to do. But we could easily just put a block down and redstone torch it. There's a way to switch the daylight sensor, but we'll just make a redstone torch. And like I said, I think I will. I need to look up how to do it again. I use tutorials for stuff like that. I'm not the best at redstone. I will gladly admit that. But I use tutorials to see how to charge and discharge those. Just Google search it and you'll find it. But basically, I'll probably do that just so that it's a little bit better. So that we have a little bit more in terms of efficiency. So I'm not a stickler for efficiency, but this is power we're talking about, and we're going to be using a lot of power very soon. So to get more Yellorium so that we can get the cyanite, so that we can complete the quest. So let's grab our bedrockium now. This will make us super heavy, but luckily it doesn't really affect flying all that much. We also need to make more pre-chargers. We've made those before. What I'll probably end up doing is making the other two off camera, or three rather, just because they do require pink slime, and we don't have quite enough to make the pre-chargers. This is the recipe, if you remember. We have most of the stuff, we just need to get a little bit more. Conductance coils are easy enough to get, as well as hardened glass. It's just pink slime, we need pink slime blocks. So, is this guy completely charged again? Yeah, let's turn this on for a little bit. And for whatever reason, dust is very popular. But we should get more Yellorium that way. Something else we can do is we can head to the Nether. And that's what we're going to do. So, the Nether is somewhat dangerous, but not really that dangerous. Especially with this Infernal Wand. So what we're going to do is we're going to head into the Nether. We're going to let this kind of continue, and we're going to go mining and some other stuff. So transfer nodes in there. If we look at our solar power, we can make a 2.8x currently. It just needs to get a bunch of nether quartz. Now if we look at nether quartz, we have a little bit of the ore that we can augment. Pulverizer is the best way, so we can just do this and we'll get more. But let's head to the Nether. There's a couple things I want to look for, and I don't know if we're gonna find them or not, but with creative mode flight and basically unstoppableness, we don't even have that good of armor. It's diamond, sure, but it's protection 1. So things like this, we can just pick up nether quartz ore. We don't need to worry about it exploding because we have a silk touch pickaxe. It also will not make the pigmen angry because we have a silk touch pickaxe. But we can get plenty of nether quartz this way as well to make more solar panels, because that's the most expensive portion, and there is so much nether quartz. So that might be something I also work on between episodes. But something I want to look for. Let's go this way. There is a ghast. Don't really care too much about him, but we're gonna kill him anyways. Grab some stuff. Cool. Bunch of flame spiders, don't care. What I want to look for is I want to see if there are, how feasible it would be to find nether uranium ore, if it generates or if it doesn't. That is emerald ore, looks like. Yeah. Because that is the other way to get Yellorium. The only thing is I don't know if it actually generates. So let's fly around a little bit, and then there's one other thing we can try to kind of help us get plenty of stuff. So we're looking for a relatively dark green ore, and not really seeing any. There is just an absolute ton of nether quartz though, so that should not be a problem. Just fall down here, look around a little bit more, and I don't think it's gonna spawn. I don't think it has any world gen value or anything like that. So the last thing we should probably go ahead and do is heat sand. So heat sand, alright, I don't like my shovel. Heat sand is something else we can use, and I'll get to that very soon. And the last thing we can do, we might, that might not be a bad idea to do. Let's go back to our portal. Yeah, I'm not seeing any zero uranium ore. So that tells me it doesn't generate. It's probably disabled. That would not surprise me one bit, or else it's incredibly rare, or else I'm just not seeing it. All of these could be true, but I have a feeling it just doesn't generate. So let's fly back home, and oh hey, this is where we fought the butterfly. So there is plenty of nether quartz in the walls we can mine, but then heat sand is the other thing we're going to want, and I will show you why in just a second. So why is heat sand so important? Well, it's still Yellorium, but specifically this time, sifting it gives you a slightly better chance of getting Yellorium. It's as simple as that. So you're warped. I don't know what. Oh, they're hitting the vines. Okay. So heat sand, if we look at it, we can make some stuff with it. We can turn it into soul sand, but we can also just sift it and get a 3% chance of Yellorium, whereas normal sand gives you a 1% chance. So it's slightly better. Not that much better, but it's slightly better. So what I can do is I can just put a whitelist of this. Oh hey, we just got 2 effects, including okay, so we need to get some rotten flesh and eat some rotten flesh and figure out where the guys are. The Eldritch Guardians. This is strange. I don't see them on our map. I don't see them anywhere. Are they upstairs in my house? There was a thick fog and something stirred from the depths. I do not see them at all. This is really strange. So I guess it just got foggy for no reason. And yeah, I think it just got foggy for no reason. I don't see a single one. That is strange. Spawned over here? No. Okay, so hopefully the fog goes away in a little bit. It should. Because I don't see a single one. Been funny if they're in the spawner. But anyways, with that out of the way, we got two effects almost immediately. So yeah, we can sift this stuff for... We're right down here when it happened. And we can turn this off for right now. These guys are still full of power, because this guy is really good. So, we have plenty more nether quartz. We can pulverize it. We can then throw all this stuff away. And, how are we doing on the solar panels? We're up to 19. So, we need to make like 45 more. I'm going to cancel this. And before we do anything else, I want to make a better shovel. So let's get some manulin. And we're going to cast out a shovel. Now the question is pretty simple. Do I have a cast for shovels? I do. Cool, so this will take just a second to melt down. And something else that we might look into eventually is it's a pump. Endothermic pump. I thought it was endo. I don't know why I thought it was endo. This is really, really easy to make. And with a little bit of power, we can get basically as much lava from the nether as we'd ever want. We can just drain the nether. It is super non-laggy, which is really nice, and it just works. It's really good. So once our manulin is done and melted, there we go. We can pour it out. Grab our new shovel head. Manulin has a lot higher durability, as well as it should be a little bit faster mining. And can I replace it before repairing it? No. So we need to repair it first, which is fine. Just a little bit of mana steel. In fact, can we just use the nuggets? I don't think I have much use for the nuggets otherwise. Nope, can't use the nuggets. And there we go. Manulin shovel. So this should work a lot better. It has mining speed of 7. We can always increase that. And kind of work on that from there. So pretty much at this point, I need to get access to more Yellorium, which means more power, more everything. We have quite a bit of nether quartz now. So let's just throw this stuff in here. Now the nether quartz down below should still be making. We should not have any delay in that. But now let's see, solar panels. We need 45 of these. And it only needs to craft 58 of them. So a lot better. It'll make a lot of them really quickly. And we go get more nether quartz. That is not going to be a problem. So what I will probably end up doing is between episodes going to the nether a lot and just mining stuff up. Whatever I can find, grabbing literally as much nether quartz as possible, and literally getting as much of everything that I can. In fact, let's go back real quick, and I want to see how much faster heat sand is to shovel now. And if I collect a bunch of heat sand, oh my gosh, that's terrifying. See, what's going to be the best way to get out of here? I guess up here? No. Up here. There we go. This is the secret exit. So there's a bunch of heat sand right down here. And what we can do is just, that's not bad. But it has a lot more durability now. So that is a good part. And then what we can always do, nitro creepers. Any more? Nah. So I'll have to kind of be careful in the nether, but this will level up, and I can put redstone on it as well. But just look at all of this nether quartz. And we can mine it without too much fear, other than those guys. And zombie pigmen won't get angry at us or anything like that. So we just need to watch out for the... Oh, wait. I can't get through there because soul sand. That's an interesting thing. It's a one-way door, basically. So if you have soul sand, you actually go up higher than just that little... So soul sand isn't a full block, in case you didn't know that. And, excuse me for a second. So soul sand isn't a full block, and when you try to, if you're walking on it, you can't actually go through a too wide gap because you go higher than that, walking over a not full block to a full block. And so it's a little bit of a strange little quirk, but it makes for one-way doors. Oh, now we're reluctant to break things. That's the worst. Anyways, I can always come down here. There's plenty of nether quartz around, as well as heat sand. I'll put some redstone on my shovel so that we can actually get some more just speed. And then basically I'll keep doing all the things I've been doing, and hopefully next time we'll have a portal to go explore or something to do, something a little bit better to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode nonetheless, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!